We're back live again. All right. So we're broadcasting. We have 0 viewers. Somebody needs to go and repost.
What's the link I can repost in the chat?
Here we go. It's
So you don't have any listeners right now?
yeah, we have listeners. Yeah. Oh, we have one watching. Yeah. So
I hate Richard Spencer.
Oh God.
I'll post it in the chat.
I once blew on the nose of Richard.
That's the YouTube link. You once what?
Blew on the nose of Richard Spencer.
Oh, did you? How did you? What did you blow? Why did you blow on his nose? That's because.
Speaking of blowing up in Richard Spencer, did I tell you about the time he tried to get me to rent a Ryder truck for him?
No, tell us more.
It was like, dude, he wanted me to rent a Ryder truck in my name for him because he had a lot of fertilizer he had to move.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I blew on his nose, and I told him that was a gift from the heart of the wood. And Richard, what was like? Richard and Eli were pretty drunk.
Wait, what?
And Eli reached over and like clocked me upside the nose, and I started bleeding. And then Spencer was like, "Here," and he handed me like a really expensive bottle of whiskey. I forget what it's kind. So after that,
yo, did you guys hear there was a terror attack in NYC?
Yeah, like 5 people got shot or something, and there was a truck.
Yeah,
like
I just heard about
or something.
this. Like 8 people got killed as a truck plowed into some pedestrians.
Yeah, he was on a bike
22 are
trail.
dead. 22 are dead.
And fucking imagine my shock. Saifulo Saipov, 29-year-old immigrant from Uzbekistan.
Oh, he's an Uzbek.
They're just
which
like
makes him, does that make him a Muslim?
Was shot by a cop after getting out of his car at Chambers and West Streets with 2 realistic-looking guns while screaming Allahu Akbar.
He couldn't even get a real gun? That's sad.
Cuck.
It's pretty funny.
I thought in America, like, we have the best terrorists.
Not some of their best.
Yeah.
Yeah, Uzbekistan really is not.
Let me see. I want to see if Trump has tweeted about this because this is going to be good. His tweets are always perfect.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Islamic terrorism.
We must stop these
Something like
Uzbeks.
Hey, you guys. Hey, you guys go post that link around.
No,
So
he's
we
gotta be
we're gonna start over.
what he's got to be saying is like he's got to be personally for this because they are personally responsible every time they block him on trying to keep these people out.
Hey, can y'all
like
tell me
call them out by name? Every judge by name say you personally got these people killed personally.
Can y'all tell me if you can hear this? Tell me if you can hear this. Can you hear that?
Nope.
Okay. My banana is broken. All right.
Oh no.
Sounds so fucking weird. I mean, I guess banana's a program, but for the longest time,
You didn't
playing
know.
something on your banana? Like what?
Oh, I'm literally plugged into a banana right now in the heart of the wood. Dude, fucking, I saw Richard Spencer at the grocery store the other day. And I
No
told him
kidding.
how cool it was to meet him in person. But I didn't want to be a douche and bother him and ask him for like a picture or anything. Well, like you're doing now? And all I could say was, huh? Cutting me off and going, huh? 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 And closing his hand shut in front of my face. I walked away and continued my shopping, and I heard him chuckle as I walked off. When I came to pay for my stuff, I saw him trying to walk out of the door with like 15 Milky Ways in his hands without paying. The girl at the counter was very nice about it and professional, and she was like, excuse me, sir, you need to pay for those first. At first, Richard kept pretending to be tired and not hear her, but eventually he turned back around and brought them to the counter. When she took one of the bars and started scanning it multiple times, he stopped her and told her to scan them each individually to prevent any electrical interference, and then turned around and winked at me. I don't even think that's a word.
It was inference.
Confederates.
Oh, I fucked up. I fucked up the pasta. I was scared.
That was scary. You guys get spooked there? Did you get spooked?
I jumped up a little bit.
I haven't watched that video in a while. I ought to do that.
Yeah. Man, that was spooked. That scared me. Made me say so.
The whole fact that we have that drop at all is pretty scary. Like that it exists.
You know what's even better?
Your mom.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here. This is Houston. Say again, please.
Rainbow Dash from the moon. That's right. Man. Spooky. Halloween shit post. All right, do I sound better now? We're better? I'm back. I don't sound like R2
You're a lot better.
I'm good. All right, good. So let's get back to this. Okay, so we're back at it. So we're gonna paddock post for a little bit more. I again am firmly in the camp of that I don't believe a single word that a single word that has come out of the media or the government's mouth on the whole situation. Am I too loud, by the way?
No, you're fine.
Do I need to turn down? Okay.
Dude, no, after this paddock thing, like, I am completely 100% done believing anything the government says about anything ever. Like, if they say it's raining outside, like you said, like, I'm going to go check.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm done.
Yeah, I got to go outside and look to make sure that there's fucking clouds out there.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
no,
it's
I'm increasingly of the camp that, like, paddock isn't real, morons. Like, I don't think this.
That's right. Speaking of paddock isn't real, you morons. For those 29 people that are listening, we actually do have a link. We actually do have a special guest coming on our show this coming week. Yeah, I gotta get in touch with him, and hopefully he doesn't call us morons in person. So that's all I'm saying about it. That's all I'm saying is that, and Adam's gonna have some splaining to do. So.
Oh boy.
Not sure how I feel about this vague posting right now.
Oh my god, dude! I want to hear them like talk.
If you listen to the Paranormies, Raiden, if you listen to the Paranormies, you know who I'm talking about.
That's what.
All right, we can't. This has to be the only place we talk about it.
Is it a fairy?
It's too good.
Yeah.
Is he who we were talking about off the air?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay. Super secret for the fans. Secret surprise.
Yep. Oh,
What's
and hopefully
the deal
we
with
get
Ellen
chastised.
DeGeneres having video slot machines?
Okay, so that is one of those things where now if you've ever been to Vegas or Reno or Atlantic City or anything, the slot machines have a lot of them are themed after television shows. There's Wheel of Fortune slot machines. I've seen Jeopardy slot machines back when. I don't know if I've seen The View, but I'm pretty sure there's probably some of those. But just the fact that Ellen is such a popular daytime talk show, right? Can you imagine seeing Whoopi Goldberg's face on a fucking slot machine? That make you want to put money in there, doesn't it? But just a legit black Jew. Anyways, Ellen being a very popular and probably the most popular daytime talk show right now, she is making shekels by putting her face on slot machines. So I don't know what the purpose is of it. Like, with the Wheel of Fortune one, if you spin the thing and if it comes up, whatever the thing is, and above the slot machine, it'll have like a wheel, like the Wheel of Fortune, and it'll say spin, and like if you hit a certain combination on the actual spinners on the actual slot machine, it'll spin the wheel above the slot machine and you'll get extra points or credit or money or however the fuck those things work. So the Ellen one has some sort of connection to her show, and it's basically just more advertising for Ellen DeGeneres, and I'm pretty sure that she's getting shekels for it. So her being
is it like you do the slot thing, and you like pull the lever, and then like some big mechanical jaws come out and like chew up some carpeting?
or that, or like just I get it because she's a rug muncher. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know how it works, Adam. I haven't been to Vegas, and if I ever do go back to Vegas, I'm not going to be. I don't play slots, anyways. I'm a
Wait, you
poker
haven't
guy.
been?
That's like peak
But you
boomer.
haven't been to Vegas, and if you go back to Vegas, you have been to Vegas. Ooh.
No. I have been to Vegas. I've never played the slots. I've never been there. I haven't been there recently. Last time I went to Vegas was for a friend of mine's bachelor party a couple of years ago. I have to say that 120 something degree heat is not fun.
No, can't walk barefoot on the pavement. It's terrible. Don't do that.
No,
I would not walk barefoot in Las Vegas. Period. Step on a fucking. needle or
It's
something.
cleaner than. No, Vegas is pretty clean, man. Vegas is actually pretty clean. It's not like San Francisco where they sweep up the heroin needles every morning.
Can we just nuke that whole state?
Now that I'm gone, go right ahead, dude. Go right ahead. Hey, Chef, did you say earlier that you wanted to add the actual Heart of the Wood, Mr. Ignis Fascist?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Did you give him the link?
Let me. Oh, it's
Get
a
him
new
in,
link
get him in.
now. Let me work on that.
Yeah, gives him the link, and
He's
then
at like a dead hangout. Like, where the hell is everybody?
Yeah,
right.
That's how I was for like the first 15 minutes of this call. I was literally in a room all by myself waiting for everyone. It was kind of spooky. Johnny, can you
quiet?
send me an invite?
No, he just needs to use the. I sent him the link.
Oh, you did?
Oh, you sent it to him. All right, well, tell him to stop being retarded and click the link.
Ooh, that's a good creepypasta. Did I read that one? Did I re-click the link?
What?
If not, I'm gonna re-click the link soon.
Yeah, why don't you do
It's
it
a
now?
little teaser. It's a long one. That's why I don't want to do a live read.
Oh, okay.
It's like a 13 minute long one. So
I've got
Understand.
that one you sent me. I got the one that you sent me, Brad.
yeah, go for it.
Let me pull it up here real quick.
I don't understand how to type music through my banana. You figured that out.
Is this how loud is this? Not loud at all because I can't fucking hear it. Okay, never mind. We'll do that in just a second. I gotta check my settings here. So okay, save. We're doing it live, guys. I can't help it. All right.
Johnny, can I borrow your banana? Mine's not working.
All right. How about this?
Does this fucker work?
You go ahead and hear that?
I'm hearing something.
A little bit.
You're at work alone when suddenly you hear the copy machine start up. You walk out to take a look at what's going on and see several copies filling the tray. Picking up one of the pieces of paper, you discover that it's a copy of a picture depicting you sitting in your office chair, dead, with your eyes torn out and your throat cut. The others are the same picture, but taken from increasingly bizarre angles. There is no original picture in the copy machine. In fact, the machine has been out of toner for a week.
And then what happened?
Spooped.
What do you mean? Then what happened? And you fucking died, dude. And you fucking died. Yeah.
That was it?
And then what happened was then the phantom stroker comes out, and he has these hedge clippers, and he removes your cock and balls, strings you up upside down, shoves something in your ass, and leaves you to bleed out.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I sent the link to the
How-
wrong person.
You did send the link to the wrong person.
I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ, Chef. What's up there, Mayhem?
Wow.
The fuck did I get sent a link to?
Sorry, dude.
You are in the live Paranormies Halloween show there. Yeah, I thought I recognized that voice.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, everybody.
I saw this.
It's Dr. Mayhem.
I saw this in the War Room chat, and I'm like, "What's this? This looks fun." Okay, it's the Paranormies Halloween.
That's just
special.
yeah, kind of something like that. Yeah, it's me, Bradshaw, Adam, Raiden is here, and Chef, who doesn't apparently know how to read. But,
Apparently not. Fucking Jesus, he must be Liz Dexick or something.
I mean, I fucking cook, all right? I don't fucking get paid to read, nigga.
And nigga, how do you read recipes when you cook?
I just look at it.
implying he reads the recipe. Come on, he just chops it up.
Oh yeah, it's like measure. It's like who the fuck measures?
It's all intuitive, nigga.
Shut the fuck up, you dogs.
Uh-oh.
You get attacked by werewolves.
Well, since you're here, Mayhem, do
Where
you have any memorable Halloween stories from your past that don't involve choking out thoughts?
None that I particularly want to remember because they're all very traumatic and they bring back. No, sadly, no, not really. Nothing. Because even that Halloween where I was stuck in fucking Iraq, that was kind of uneventful because I was on a checkpoint.
Well, what about this? You ever seen a ghost?
A what?
A ghost, nigga. You ain't never seen a ghost?
No, but when I was a kid, I used to hallucinate them because I was on like 200 milligrams of Ritalin.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'll get you. Holy shit, 200 milligrams like a day or like a serving?
Yeah, a day. Per day.
Oh, yeah,
That's
that'll get you going.
It was supposed to be like supposed to max out 120, but then after that, the doctor just said, fuck it, here, just pay for my Jew fucking shit, and I don't care if your son hallucinates.
Here's the rest of the pill.
Here's the rest of the pill. Yeah, it's pretty much medical grade.
This is starting to explain. This is explaining quite a bit, by the way. Just
the real conspiracy behind Mayhem.
Yeah, basically, you can blame Jew Big Pharma. This is the real horror story. Then your kids will be fed Ritalin by the fucking 100 milligrams, and then their school teacher will tell them to chop their dicks off and become homosexuals.
Oosh. The black pill. Damn. I didn't know we were going to go down that road this evening, but thanks for sharing that there, Mayhem.
That's too horror for you. I hope you're scared.
That is definitely scary.
Seriously, it's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
This is more topic.
I don't know that I ever want to.
Yeah.
Think about No, whoever's doing the boy is going to get muted and kicked out of the call. No.
Oh, shit, son. Now, listen here. Now, I know that you like to do that there crack cocaine, nigga, but goddamn, you got to smoke your rock somewhere quiet and then just, keep it to yourself, nigga. Shit. I'm not DeMarcus Leibowitz. I can't do the real nigga posting hours.
No, we see, that was the thing is hopefully DeMarcus may join us here in a little while, which would be great.
You better.
That'd be nice. Yeah, I miss DeMarcus. I'm glad the Intersectional Alt-Right came back, man. I like that show a lot.
Me too.
That was one of my first experiences with shows outside of the Daily Show on TRS.
Yeah, it was the first podcast I ever got into in the alt-right, and yeah, that was really
and also, DeMarcus was on the first Paranormies Halloween live stream last year, and that was great.
Yeah, DeMarcus was good on that. He's good on everything, though.
Yeah.
He's like mayonnaise, good on everything.
Pretty much,
It's
I wouldn't
like
put
butter.
mayonnaise. Yeah, butter.
No,
Butter.
nigga, y'all ever put a little bit of that mayonnaise on your fucking on your pumpkin pie? Shit's good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't put mayonnaise on pumpkin pie.
Listen, mayonnaise, it goes on
What?
everything.
Put sour
What?
Put sour cream on your pumpkin pie. Man, I'm about to freak
What?
out.
What the fuck kind of heresy? Now, you want to talk about a horror story? Jesus Christ. Mayonnaise and sour cream on your...
That's about as bad as putting beans in your chili. Shit.
Oh, no, fuck you.
I actually,
Hold on.
listen. No. I am fully on board with Chef. The Texas style fucking beanless chili is the best chili.
Beanless chili. Implying there's any other kind of chili.
What about... Hold on. As long as we're talking chili peppers, though, right? Peppers.
Oh, you load that shit up with
Ooh,
peppers,
ghost
but
pepper.
there's no...
That's Paranormies related.
There's, oh, God, yeah. I seen to ghost pepper once. I didn't eat it, but I seen
Man, I got somebody from Oklahoma blowing me up, talking about how Oklahoma chili has beans. I'm like, nigga, they ain't chili. That's stew.
You know, you kind of reminded me of something that was it BBQ Pit Boys with their Super Bowl chili? It was like 5 pounds of fucking ground beef and 5 pounds of sirloin. You sear all that shit up and add every pepper known to man, fucking corn and a bunch of tomato shit for the Super Bowl chili shit. And I'm going like, goddamn.
That's
I
pretty
need that.
nasty. Hey, Goys, you know who we have in our in the chat tonight is FEMA Camp band leader. You guys may know him from this right here. Yeah, man, that makes me want to just start off. What's happening, everyone? But yeah, I can't do that because we already started. But that's
What's happening, everybody?
What's happening, everybody?
that's right. That is FEMA Camp Bandleader's remix of the Grayfield Strays intro from seasons 1 and 2 of the Paranormies present the Ahnenerbe Hour. Yeah, man. FEMA's sitting there. That's my boy. He's actually making us. He's making me some new music that's going to be going with some new content that's going to be coming out from the Paranormies as well. Yeah, just gonna have to wait and see. That's he's a very talented goy. He's right up there, the Fash Wave with Zurius and who are the other guys that do that? Who was it? Right Wing Death Squads, and who's the other ones? Shit, I can't. Oh Jesus Christ, Hallenbeer and.
Are we talking just Fash Wave? Because there's also Blink 1488 for the non-Fash Wave.
Well, Blink.
It's not Fash Wave.
No, that's not Fash Wave, but Blink 1488 is. Those guys have been great to me. They gave me permission to use any and all of their music way back in the day when I was doing the short-lived but still slightly amusing Current Year Tonight. I used them for the break music a couple times. Yeah.
Failed podcasts. I mean, that's we.
It wasn't a failed podcast. It wasn't a failed podcast. A failed podcast is a podcast that was taken off the air by was canceled. This was never canceled. I literally was all right. So it was my first foray into podcasting. It was supposed to, like, when we first, when Seventh Son and I first talked about it, we had 4 or 5, 6 people that were going to help write material and do stuff, and like we were going to have different correspondence, and there was like we were going to have like the one, like we were going to have, because I was doing the quote unquote Jon Stewart, the host guy. We were going to have the one guy, we were really, Cyber Nazi, that's the guy I was thinking of. Thank you.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was looking him up, Cyber Nazi with the
Cyber Nazi sick, yeah.
Squads and Galactic.
My favorite, my
big ones.
Yep. That guy is great too. All the guys that do the Fast Wave are great. But anyways, so it was going to be me, and we were going to have a guy doing sports. But every time, instead of talking about sports, they were going to talk about another black getting arrested for something stupid. Because that's what happens.
Well, that's sports too when you think about it.
Yeah, exactly. That is sports. And then we were going to have the European correspondent, who the guy was like traveling across Europe, and every time we'd check in with him, he was either in the process of getting raped or mugged, or just having been raped or mugged, or you know what I mean. It was like, and you just hear like the Allahu Akbar in the background and whatever, the typical Europe nowadays. But that didn't work out, and it ended up being just myself, and it just wasn't, it didn't work out. So. But then we started this whole Paranormies thing, and ever since then it's been
took off like a rocket.
It's way cooler than any it's way cooler than any gay political shit.
Well, dude, everybody loves conspiracy theories, shit about aliens and fucking Bigfoot. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Ghosts. I know, right?
And I can actually confirm Bigfoot is in fact real, and he sucked my dick.
Ooh. Hey, that's first off, no, he doesn't, because Bigfoot is real, and he posts regularly on Daily Stormer.
Right.
I don't know what he does.
You gonna have to. You get your ass whooped talking about Asmodor sucking anybody's dick. So.
Listen, Bigfoot is I'm saying. All right.
There's probably more than one Bigfoot out there. Maybe there's one Bigfoot. That's the title. The title of Bigfoot.
There's
I'm
multiple
talking about big
Sasquatches here. Big feet.
Hey, don't forget the Yeti, man. Don't forget the whitest. The whitest of the Sasquatch is the Yeti.
They could be different,
Well, so we got Yetis, we got Sam Squanches, we got
sandwiches.
What else is out there? We got sandwich. Oh man, sandwiches.
I wish I had a sandwich. I'm fucking starving.
Yeah, I just went through a fucking brisket cheddar sandwich.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, dude, I smoked a brisket last week, and then my girlfriend found some shit that was like half off, to the half off, trimmed brisket. And when I came back from my dad, when I went to my nephew's funeral last month, he like, hey son, I don't need this smoker. Here, you can have it. So I was like, well, fuck. Okay, what do I smoke first? Okay, chuck. And I burnt it, but didn't stop everyone from eating 6 pounds of chuck in like less than a day.
Oh, there you go.
Then there was pork shoulder and then a brisket, and I was like, oh my god, the brisket. It was so good.
That's the one thing I miss about living in a fucking apartment is I don't have a smoker anymore.
They make electric smokers.
I have no outdoor space.
Yeah, they make electric smokers. There's the Big Chief, which I'm a big fan of. It's really good. Yeah, I use it in one of my kitchens. It's an indoor electric smoker. You put wood chips in the bottom. Anyway, this isn't the White Flower Hour Chef Goyardee. This is Paranormies. So. Yeah,
no. We're not. Yeah, that's enough.
Instead of talking about the smokers, we should talk about the Phantom Stroker, right? I know that was
it also comes to electric.
The electric Phantom Stroker. How does the Phantom Stroker select its victims?
So, anybody got any more spooky shit going on? Anybody seen any spooky headlines? Anything scared them recently?
I did see the ghost.
Where did you see the ghost?
I've already talked about it that one time when I was on a mountain in a cabin. I seen to that ghost.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. You did see the ghost. The more I think about some of these things that have happened to me in the past, the more that I'm like, maybe that was a ghost or a presence that I felt or whatever. especially when I was in the Navy. Like the two spaces. I think I talked about this once before, where there's that one space at the back of the USS Bunker Hill where the guy had hanged himself. And anytime you went down there, like the gym was back there, right? And so you'd be walking to the gym, it'd be dark in ship, and lights are all the way down. And you go back to the gym to work out 11, 12 o'clock at night or whatever, to 2300, 0, for you actual military people. I'm back in civilian land. I don't do that anymore. But you're coming back there to work out. And you'd be doing squats or whatever it is, and all of a sudden you get like this cold, feel like a cold chill, and it was still 80 something degrees, and you're like, what the hell was that? And all the hair standing up on your body or whatever. But it must have been nothing. But every time I walk past that one fan room, man, I got this weird feeling every time. So who knows? And that whole story about that kid was weird. He came down into the berthing and folded all of his clothes and polished his boots, both sets of boots, and started handing out all his PlayStation stuff, all his PS. At the time, it was PS2. He was handing out all his PS2 shit, and he basically gave away everything. And then the next day, they found him hanging in the fan room in the back of the ship, the aft end of the ship. So
damn.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just super creepy, And like I said, I didn't see anything, but I definitely, the more I think about it, I definitely remember it. So that, I definitely felt something. I didn't see it. That's what I meant to say. I'm getting bombarded with PMs here right now, just I can't read and think and talk at the same time. But yeah, I definitely felt something. So.
I know it's been covered a lot. The only spoopy thing I can really think of is the JFK files, how even Trump didn't release all of them. So good job, CIA. What are you doing? And why are you also hiding the truth about space aliens?
Hitler's in Argentina.
Oh, man, that's one thing about the JFK dump that I wanted to talk about that we never really got into on the show. Just think that in the JFK files, there was the photograph of that SS agent, or the agent that was a former SS officer with Hitler in Colombia. Why do you think they included that in the JFK stuff?
That was weird. That was really weird. It's not very clear, but you never know. The guy, he had the little mustache and everything. And plus, there were always rumors about it, right? So this is kind of further evidence.
Even up until recently, there was a picture of a guy. Let me see. He would have been. It was a picture from. Let me see. Okay, he was how old in 1945? How old was Hitler then? 1913, he was 21. So was he in his 50s? Was he in his 50s in the 1940s?
Yeah,
I don't remember. This is gonna. Yeah, I'm a bad fascist. I don't remember Uncle Adolf's birthday or none of that. So it's 420. I know that, but I don't remember what year he was born. It was
120.
18. What was he born in? 1889. Somebody help me out here. Bradshaw, do your thing where you remember stuff.
I only remember really inane facts. I can't do anything that of actual substance.
God damn it! All right, so whatever.
I could probably tell you
it's 89. I thought it was 89.
Ice cream.
It was 1889. Okay, I was right. Okay, so yeah, 420, 1889. So 1989 he would have been 100. So the picture was taken, I believe it was in the 70s. And it was a picture of him and somebody else, and allegedly him and somebody else in Argentina. So I wouldn't, a lot of people don't like to think that he had escaped. They like to think that he went down with his ship and actually did, die in the bunker or whatever. But
he didn't die really. He just left. He went back to heaven where he came from.
That's a good.
He's exactly 100 years older than me. Oh, that's cool.
No, that's a conspiracy to go into. Was Hitler actually the second coming of Christ that was thwarted by the Jews?
He was more like an avatar of the Kalki's, Hitlerian entity.
Well, I don't know. I still think I want to lean towards lightning in the sun. And second coming of Christ thwarted by the Jew, which gives me all the more reason to hate the motherfuckers.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that he wasn't, the second coming of Christ. But like Adam said, I would be more apt to believe the avatar of Aryan Neo-Scientology.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you guys? One of the things we've been getting a lot of not topics, but
Requests.
Request. That's the word. Thank you, Adam. Requests for is esoteric Hitlerism. So
That's that's an important topic that
it is an important topic, and I haven't had a chance to.
we really got to do
actually
that one good.
Yeah, do it well. I haven't had a chance to read the books yet. I'm still all these happenings, and then all the JFK stuff, and then all this, and then what's it? The Golden. What's the one that everybody's reading? Larry and all those guys are reading the Golden. The hell's it called? It's
Golden
the Bible.
Compass?
It's Michael Serrano's. It's Miguel Serrano's work on esoteric Hitlerism. It's the Golden. Yeah, the Golden Circle. Yeah, that's the one. I have it, and I have started it. I've gotten through about a chapter and a half. I want to do it properly. I mean, we have people. I think, we had Whalen on a couple weeks ago for Friday the 13th. He's well read, well versed in Serrano. We also have what's his name from Robert?
Robert Campbell.
Oh man, I'm getting tired. Robert Campbell, thank you, Adam. Robert Campbell, who is also well versed on that, has actually been on a few podcasts. I believe he was on Red Ice talking about it. I want to have both of them on to talk about that. That'd be a really good one. But yeah, so that's the thing about Hitler being the avatar and all that and whatever. So I think that's a good one. Somebody in the chat just said, somebody get Johnny to talk about this. It shows 4 white men dressed as Boy Scouts shooting machine guns on the Vegas Strip, posted September 28th. Truth Seeker, if you can get me a link to that, I'll definitely look at it. And maybe we'll talk about it. So there you go. Get a shout out right there live on the show. Oh, wait. And then he also says Paddock Maroon 5 music video is spooky. Prediction of Vegas shooting 4 days before. That's something else I hadn't heard. Wow. You're telling me that there are predictions in videos? Holy cow. The new Maroon 6 music video. Oh, well. Cute. Anyways, I'll go over all that stuff. I mean, like they said in our favorite blog, Angry White Men, that we will go over any unfounded, ridiculous conspiracy theory. So,
yeah, they really are our biggest fans.
Well, they're not. No, our biggest fan is my buddy, out west, who keeps posting all that stuff. I don't want to mention his name. I don't want to give him too many shout outs. He knows who he is. He's probably listening right now. But my buddy who keeps leaking all the information, it's going down. That faggot. Anyways, what's another conspiracy that's coming up is this November the 4th. What do you guys think about that? All the supposedly big things, the Day of Rage that Antifa is supposed to have going on.
I don't buy it because when those guys chimp out, it's in reaction to stuff. And nothing has happened.
My body is ready.
I wish it would happen. I mean, me and the boys of Patriot Front, we're planning to go to Austin, which is Texas's local Antifa stronghold, and try to egg these fuckers on.
Fact.
We're hoping to egg them on, but
See,
I don't think they're gonna fucking do anything. I mean, first off, well, I mean, now here's a better one. Actually, what do you guys think about the conspiracy theory that Soros has been supplying Black Bloc with guns and training?
Yeah, I've heard that.
That would be more
I've heard
relevant.
that.
I have heard that. I don't know how true it is, but I have heard it.
Anyways, now that is something that would be kind of exciting, and well, I'm pretty renowned for my cop hate at this time, but I would definitely say if that was true, then all we need to do is kind of like Charlottesville. A lot of people are saying Charlottesville is a failure. I kind of agree, but at the same time, I see that there's a silver lining in that the summer was lacking chimp outs, and what Charlottesville did was rile these fuckers up to start chimping out and start making normies sympathetic to us. And that's what I think would be the strategy if there was anything to go for November 4th. We would show up, piss them off, get them to chimp out, and hopefully shoot some cops, and then we fade out and start pointing the finger at them and go, hey, look at these uncivilized fucks killing cops. I don't think it's going to go anywhere.
I don't think it's. I really don't either. I mean, I have seen a list. I posted it in a couple of groups on Facebook of the major Antifa scheduled things. I know that they're planning, quote, major action, end quote, in San Francisco and Berkeley, Atlanta, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh.
Basically, their own strongholds.
Chicago. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're gonna go where they have a lot of their own people. I don't see them.
They're planning
I don't see them going
too.
In Boston. That's right. What about this? I totally forgot about that. What do you guys think about the solar storm-based national blackout drill during these protests in November?
Wait, what? What?
Never heard
What?
of it.
Red pill me on this, Goy.
Department of Defense. The Department of Defense plans a solar storm-based national blackout drill during the Antifa protests in November. Now, some of the elements are not fully corroborated. However,
zero hedge though.
Let me read this.
Yeah, they reported on it.
It said that this exercise will begin with a national massive coronal mass ejection event, which will impact the national power grid, as well as all forms of traditional communication, including landline, telephone, cell phone, satellite, and internet connectivity. Now, here's a snippet from Section 1 of the executive order. Space weather events in the form of solar flares, solar energetic particles, and geomagnetic disturbances occur regularly, some with measurable effects on critical infrastructure systems and technologies, such as the global positioning system, satellite operations, communication, aviation, and the electrical power grid. Extreme space weather events, those that could significantly degrade critical infrastructure, could disable large portions of the electrical power grid, resulting in cascading failures that would affect key services such as water supply, healthcare, and transportation. Space weather has the potential to simultaneously affect and disrupt health and safety across entire continents. Successfully preparing for space weather events is an all of nation endeavor that requires partnerships across governments, emergency managers, academia, the media, the insurance industry, nonprofits, and the private sector. Let me read that last part again. Successfully preparing for space weather events is an all-of-nation endeavor that requires partnerships across governments, emergency managers, academia, the media, the insurance industry, nonprofits, and, of course, the private sector. So we have, 9 different types of Jews involved with this. All right. So back in April 2017, there was an article titled "Yesterday's Broad Power Outage Likely Caused by Geomagnetic Storm." While everybody thought terrorism was to blame, they correctly pointed out that large power failures in major U.S. cities was due to an intense geomagnetic storm registering 8 to 10 on the K Planetary Index. So, a CME can launch billions of tons of plasma from the sun's surface into space at speeds of over 1 million miles an hour. Every so often, the sun burps. It happens. But unlike myself, when the sun burps, it does so with the power of 20 million nuclear bombs. Implying nukes exist. All right. These hiccups are known as coronal mass ejections, or CMEs. Powerful explosions near the surface of the sun driven by kinks in the solar magnetic field. The resulting shocks ripple through the solar system and can interrupt satellites and power grids of Earth. All right, so back to the exercise. From November 4th to November 6th, the U.S. Department of Defense headquarters entity will work with the U.S. Army and the U.S. Air Force Mars organizations and the amateur radio community to request status reports for 3,143 U.S. counties. During the exercise, communication frequencies will use HF NVIS, VHF, UHF, and non-internet linked amateur radio repeaters. In addition, the Army Mars Program Manager Paul English said, "We want to continue building on the outstanding cooperative working relationship with the AARL and the amateur radio community. We want to expand the use of the 60-meter interrupt channels between the military." This is all blah, 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 blah. So, bizarrely enough, this was reported by Rob Dew of InfoWars. And the DoD training exercise will occur on Antifa's Day of Rage. On refusefascism.org, a post titled November 4th, it begins. The Trump-Pence regime must go. Has more than 33,000 shares on Facebook. This post explains what the group's intentions are during the Day of Rage. So they will gather on the streets and public squares of cities across towns and many thousands, declaring that this whole regime is illegitimate and that we will not stop and until the nightmare ends. So our single demand is met. This nightmare must end. The Trump-Pence regime must go. Our protests must grow day after day and night after night, thousands becoming hundreds of thousands and then millions, determined to act to put a stop to the grave danger that the Trump-Pence regime poses to the world by demanding that this whole regime be removed from power. The bottom line is this. The United States government is quietly preparing for a major space weather event to paralyze communication systems and energy grids across the entire country. As a citizen, you're not allowed to know this knowledge, and frankly, you will not be prepared. The writing on the wall of what is coming through executive order and DoD drills. No wonder public trust is at the government is an all-time low, because you're not allowed to know the truth. And you really think, do you think the U.S. is actually preparing for a North Korean EMP attack, maybe? Talk conspiracies here. What do you think about that? Yeah, I mean, they're talking about.
Yeah, that would make a lot more sense. That the government itself is pushing this idea of the Antifa's Day of Rage to cover up for. I mean, and first off, yeah, bring it on. If you take us all back to the fucking Stone Age technologically, then what's going to happen is 90% of America is going to die. And we all know that who 100% is going to be involved in those deaths too. I mean, I give you a hint, it ain't going to be white people. I mean, yeah, 90% of white people will die, but 100% of the non-whites will too. So, yay. Bring on the fucking Mad Max. But it makes a lot more sense that that the government would use Antifa as a cover-up over the idea of, I mean, come on, this isn't exactly your 1917 communists here who are these hard-ass Russians who fought in World War I and II, and the guy, can mine coal with his abs and would train wolves in the Ural Mountains because, fuck it, Russia in the vodka, yeah! Oh, wait, that was German. My accents suck. This is why I don't drink often. But this isn't exactly those kind of communists, these badass fucking drunken Russians. These are fucking blue-haired transsexuals who think masculinity, not toxic. There's no such thing as toxic masculinity. They just think masculinity at all is toxic, unless it's a lesbian acting as a gross stereotype of masculinity. Then that's okay. So, I mean, these people are going to fucking plan to overthrow the government. Get the fuck out of here. It makes a lot more sense the derp state is planning an EMP attack, or EMP attack.
EMT.
EMT attack. God damn. This is
An ENT attack. They're going to attack us with electromagnetic tubing, metallic tubing.
tubing.
I'm going to have to go at it with a bender.
Listen, they're going to use the interwebs
eccentric
itself. A series of tubes.
Yeah,
to
dude.
attack us. By the
An
way,
EMT
we're
attack,
drinking,
dude.
by the way, I should tell you what I'm drinking. It's I've taken that Tech 9 shit tier Caribou Lou thing and made it into something glorious, which is rum, coconut rum, alcoholic blue curacao. Do not get the non-alcoholic blue curacao or you're cuck.
They make non-alcoholic blue curacao?
Oh,
yeah,
shit,
they do.
boys.
And
Guess who just showed up? Guess who just showed up in the chat?
who?
Horace?
The one and only Horus the Avenger.
Okay.
The host of This Week in White Genocide. The host of... Oh, shit. The original White Rabbit. What's up, Horus, man? I'm gonna send him a link, see if he wants to come.
Yeah, get him in.
I was gonna say what? Okay, he's in the chat. Bring him in the fucking show. But yeah, that's my little so-called professional drunken analysis on rum. These faggots they don't stand a chance to do anything. So it must be the derp state planning some shenanigans. But yeah, go right ahead, derp state, because then we're just gonna kill all Mormons and Jews. That's what's gonna happen.
I don't know what's up with that. Do you guys don't think it's somehow convenient that that they're doing it over the over this whole Day of Rage thing, or that what do you guys think about that?
Well, what I've noticed is most times they do these kind of massive drills, something is happening. Like 9/11, they had a massive drill. Sandy Hook, they had a drill. I think even the Las Vegas event, they had a drill.
They did have a drill. There's actually photographic evidence of what do you call it? Of the oh yeah. So there is a picture of a time clock. Where you go to punch in.
Yeah.
In whatever, and above the time clock is a piece of paper that says on whatever date that thing was, there will be a mass shooting drill, and that everybody who's working has to participate, and whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I just
it's just I think like 9/11. 9/11. There were drills. There were drills going all day on 9/11. And there was drills for Sandy Hook. There was a school shooting drill. There was the Boston Marathon. There was a bomb drill. I mean, there's like all these. It happens.
I actually I want you guys to do a Boston bombing episode because I personally know people who were there, so I know there was an explosion. But I want to get your hot take on it. Maybe not tonight, but I think that's something that deserves an episode.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I think that there's evidence of the quote unquote crisis actors again. There's the guy who they show being carried, the guy with his legs blown off or whatever, that they're carrying him. Come to find out that this guy was in Iraq and had his legs blown off in Iraq. There's that. There's the Mexican guy in the cowboy hat that's carrying the guy was actually a Screen Actors Guild card carrying actor. So. Yeah, FEMA Brad doesn't have any friends. All of us are crisis actors. That's right.
FEMA Brad.
FEMA Brad, that's my boy. Nah, FEMA is good peeps. IRL. He's a spaghetti nigga like myself. He's a scoonju. He's scoonju. Mamma mia, meatball posting and stuff. So
Is that prosciutto? Let me get some of that prosciutto.
When somebody hit the gabagool, you know, yeah. I don't know.
Where's the fucking
Prosciutto's
gabagool?
overrated. It's the capicola.
Gabagool.
I do like capicola.
You got to do it.
but-
Yeah. It's not capicola. It's gabagool.
If I'm eating a sandwich, I'll add some gabagool on it. But if I just want to like have like a cold cut on its own, like fucking prosciutto is the best, just on its own. It's like candy.
Oh, prosciutto. Yeah, it's like you can have it with.
Oh, God,
It's literally
with,
candy.
We're gonna start cook posting again, aren't we?
Oh yeah, we can't help it. We're all fat niggas on here.
we're all fat.
fat boy.
You don't get a body like this. You don't get a body like this eating salad. That's all I'm saying. So,
So look here, I'm
by
gonna tell you right now that I am.
The eternal
Unless
bulk.
your salad is made out of nothing but steak. Now look, you don't. I'm in shape. All right. I watch my diet. I eat
Round is a shape.
deep fried everything.
That's what I would say.
So look, I'm on a diet. It's deep fry fucking everything.
You guys
So
ever
the
seen
keto
deep
diet.
fried Pepsi?
What?
Deep fried Pepsi.
Get out of here.
No, I'm dead serious.
You had my
I
attention.
saw
Now you have my interest.
I saw the sign. Like, all right, I've been to the fucking, to the carnival, to the fucking, to the state fair and all that stuff. Been to the Big E. Brad knows what the Big E is. You do know what the Big E is, right, Brad?
I don't know what the big E is.
It's like Massachusetts. It's like Massachusetts' largest fucking fair. Are you kidding me? Aren't you from fucking Massachusetts or something like that?
I've
Anyways.
gone to the Marshfield Fair and the Brockton Fair.
Okay. Well, all right.
Big
So
E.
they have, everybody's seen. It's called the Big E. It's the big expo. It's like, they have concerts with like some washed up bands and shit. Like, they had like back when I was a kid, they had like the Allman Brothers and shit like that. Joan Jett, and they have like they do a lot of stuff with like farm animals. Like, look, it's the fucking largest pig in the United States, and look, this cow is fucking the tallest cat, whatever. But they have the food, the rows and rows and rows of food booths, and I'm getting hungry just thinking about this. But they had your usual, you got your fried this, you fried that, your fried pickles, fried Twinkies, deep fried Oreos, deep fried Snickers bars. They don't have it at the Big E, but I saw a thing. It was fried Pepsi, and I'm like, how the fuck do you fry soda? Well, it was a ruse. It's actually Pepsi flavored fried dough. So it's not actually fried Pepsi. I was a little disappointed.
That's
when I saw that. You can't fry.
still awful.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you right now. I bet it's actually pretty good because one thing they've been selling, because go figure, fucking Dallas, as if you'd expect anything else, they decided to make Dr. Pepper and 7-Up flavored cake. And the 7-Up flavored cake is actually not too bad. It's just a lemon lime cake, which is pretty natural. But the Dr. Pepper cake, I was like, how the fuck is it so fucking good?
Well, then let's not forget you have what is it? Orange Crush and root beer flavored Pop-Tarts now. So you're getting soda involved in all kind of shit now. So yeah, we're no longer paranormally posting. Speaking of, hey guys, we got some breaking news.
Post America, I want to kill myself. The black
J.O. Delaray, who will not be able to join us tonight because where he is, they haven't turned the internet on yet, so he's not able to join us. But his breaking news is this: I seen a motherfucking ghost, nigga. This dude is seeing ghosts everywhere. The man has seen ghosts at the welfare office. He's seen ghosts in his house. I think he saw ghosts in the trunk of his car. J.O.'s being followed around by a ghost, I believe. So, sorry for those alt-right rises fans, but J.O. won't be joining us tonight. I'm sorry.
Oh, fuck, man. Those CIA niggers are trying to get him. The ones that glow in the dark.
Yeah. Which one's the ones that glow in the dark? Tell me about these glow in the dark niggers. I've heard about them.
Oh man, it's those CIA niggers. They are employed by the fucking deep state, and you'll know them when you see them because they glow in the dark. So what you do is just run them over with your car.
Yeah, I ran one over with my car earlier today.
Did you?
Yeah, I was just finished installing Temple OS on my new ThinkPad.
Mm. And you ran it over with your car.
Yeah, those CIA niggers, man. You got to watch out for them.
I bet. Is Chef still here? Did Chef leave? Chef left. That's some of my bitch.
Well, dang. All right, I'm going to take off.
Adam is
I got to go to bed and get up early.
Okay, it's getting late. It's 8:30 your time there, Adam.
Yeah, I get up
Adam's
real
got to
early.
get. Adam's going to do real white hours. Adam's going to be going to bed.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, Adam.
Happy Halloween,
Take off.
boys.
Yeah,
And you're gonna leave me all alone until Bradshaw comes back. Some of my bish.
Well, okay, I won't do that. Do you like that? Then I was originally just gonna like kind of leave because I was sent this link by mistake. And I was like, huh? What's this? I'll check this out. I'm bored.
No, it's cool, dude. It's cool. No, thanks for hanging out, man. It was, yeah.
Holy shit! See, that's what
Everybody's leaving me.
Well, that's what sucks, man. When you're trying to like do the white thing and like go to school, get a job, and
Yeah,
all that
but
shit. Dude, that's
anyway,
like-
happy Halloween, Goys.
Happy Halloween, Adam. We'll talk to you later this week when we have our special guest on. I think we're doing that Thursday this week. So.
All right.
Nice.
All right.
Sleep tight, y'all.
I'll talk to you later.
Don't
bud.
let the kikes bite. Oh, and always remember, time travel makes you gay.
This is true.
What? Okay, now someone's got to red pill me on this one. How does time travel make you gay?
Okay, so time travel, the thing. Oh, you don't read the Starboard stuff, so you got to go and look up the Starboard stuff blog. It's a WordPress blog that some of our friends do. But time travel makes you gay so that you don't travel back in time and become your own grandfather. Pretty much.
I guess that makes sense in a theory, but what if you specifically time travel back in time just so you can? Because if you're like me, you're an extreme narcissist, and there's only one thing you can do that can ever get you off. So I'm just going to travel back in time just to have sex with myself.
Interesting.
How's that going to work? I mean, look, I'm the kind of guy who, like, when I'm with a woman, I have to have a mirror so I can look at myself. Like, you know, American Psycho style, except I'm not the American Psycho.
Right. No,
regardless of what those rumors say, I mean, there is a conspiracy theory going around that I've somehow created a rogue deep state operation that I hold together via bullying, and that I may have been running cover-ops for Ted Cruz as the Zodiac Killer. But that's just unsubstantiated conspiracy theories, which I guess is this show's specialty. So
This is true. That's interesting, though. I'd never heard that before. But yeah. So who are these people that are trying to push this conspiracy theory?
I haven't quite got names yet, but someone created a dossier. And apparently I run a deep state operation with bullying and have become the alt-right's thought infiltrator killer. I don't know. I just get drunk every night and shitpost. I'm just a normal guy.
Right.
I'm totally not a serial killer who has also been running cover for Ted Cruz.
No, I wouldn't
That's
think
a lie.
so. I mean, you know.
No.
I wouldn't think you were. So
I mean,
I'm
just
also none of those things.
Exactly. I mean, just like, look, this is not a deep state operation, and you know, Richard Spencer is not a CIA operative. I mean, Jesus Christ, does he even look like one?
I could see, I could see that a little bit, but
That's true. If Ed McMuffin is a CIA spook, God, anybody, they clearly don't have much on physical standards.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, how did he become a CIA agent? That with that out of shape, kind of pudgy.
Now here's a conspiracy you are gonna like. Now this one you're gonna like because this is here's a kind of open secret pseudo conspiracy. The thing is, like, a lot of these leftoids like to talk about how the deep state is a Mormon mafia, which they mainly do that because they want to discredit right-wingers because they think that somehow we actually don't want to murder Glenn Beck. I mean, is there anyone here who doesn't think that Glenn Beck would be better served, who would have been better served as a martyr, like 7 years back?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I've said this for a while.
I think he served his purpose quite.
I think the best thing that could have happened is if some leftoid went insane and killed Glenn Beck 7 years ago. That would have been the best thing to happen to him. But this is some conspiracy theory leftoids like to push, but ironically, it's got some truth to it. The CIA became a not just a Mormon, but also a Muslim mafia. I'm going to use Aquarazor to explain why. It's pretty simple. Mormons, first and foremost, Mormons tend to have squeaky clean records. Work in the deep state. Second off, Mormons are required to go on that mission to do the missionary shit for 2 years upon turning 18. Well, what are you doing when you go on a mission? You're going to a foreign country, you're learning a language, and you're establishing contacts and social contacts, basically. A lot of people don't understand about that intel and, say, crime investigations and the like are an almost identical skill set. It basically boils down to being able to talk to people and social skills. Well, the difference between intel and investigations, you're talking to people and building a case at home. Intel, you're learning, you're just having to do it in a foreign language. You're doing it abroad. Well, Mormons, there you go. They can learn other languages, they can establish contacts, and they have a squeaky clean record. Well, that's fucking pretty much your CIA spook skill set. And, Mormons are about as nepotistic as Jews. So you get a few of them in a position of power.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
The same thing. Now, as for Muslims, it's actually pretty similar. So you get a Muslim who starts off as a CIA informant. Well, then what happens is that Muslim has a son who, because being an informant, he now got citizenship in the States. Well, he has a son. The son can speak the language, and he blends in. He looks the part. CIA informant puts in a good word. Hey, my son wants to serve America because, we're so patriotic and all that bullshit. Takia. And that's how your Muslims get in. And once again, they can establish contacts, and they speak the language of Arab countries, and they blend in. It's so seemingly perfect, but there you go. That's why the CIA are run by pretty much traitors.
Yeah, well, the CIA and Mossad, I think are pretty much hand in hand is the same thing. They're
like hand on dick, really.
Yeah, like hand on dick, exactly. With the CIA being the dick and the Mossad being the hand. Well, you got to remember, like
the opposite, the CIA giving Jews hand jobs.
Or that, yeah. Well, you got to think that every time the CIA does something, it's to do with, well, you got CIA agents in the media, you got CIA agents in the government, you've got CIA agents. I'm sure you got CIA agents in academia too. I mean, if that's the case, right?
Oh yeah, dude. Who was that feminist cunt? Gloria Steinem and Miss Magazine, the CIA funded Miss Magazine.
Right. Right. So you've got
MK Ultra.
CIA funding feminism. That's MK Ultra. Yeah. What about? Okay, so you've got.
We can go all the way back to JFK too while we're at it. Shit.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. We did that. We did that earlier when Raiden was on. But yeah, okay. So the CIA and the media, you've got it's kind of an open secret that the CIA college in the United States is Stanford University in California. That a lot of your CIA agents graduated from Stanford. It's like MI6 in England. People graduating from the Tavistock Institute, which is like the CIA school there. So you've got, for example,
I thought it was Oxford.
Or
Oxford is like the Harvard. I guess Oxford would be like the Harvard.
Yes.
Of Britain, wouldn't it?
Yes. But then you've got, okay, so like I said, so you got the CIA. You've got, for example, you have a guy who's on CNN named Anderson Cooper. I'm sure everybody's heard of him, right? When he was an undergrad at Stanford, it's on his CNN bio. You can look this up. He was an intern for the CIA all 4 years that he went to Stanford. So let's say he graduates from Stanford. What do you think he does for a living now? Do you really think he's a newscaster? No, he's a CIA agent that's working at CNN. So you've got Walter Cronkite was allegedly an FBI agent who just then became the face of the news. So I mean, these are basically just propagandists. They are spooks, like legit spooks, and they are in our media, and they're agents of the most secret government organizations on the face of the planet. So there's that. Then you've got, I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure there are college professors that are CIA agents or FBI agents or deep state agents, that are pushing their shit on us. They're Marxism, that they're helping push all this. I would not put that past any of them.
If anything, it definitely proves that Herbert Hoover was right, and the CIA, FBI deep state was long infiltrated by communists, and they've like a little virus. They had continued to spread to this very day. I mean, shit. You gotta admire the Soviet Union on that. They sure knew how to fucking do deep state agents.
And by communists, you mean Jews. So let's be honest.
Yeah, pretty much.
Every communist that Hitler removed from Germany was a Jew. Every communist, like 90% of the commies that McCarthy had on his list were Jews. All the Bolsheviks who became communists were Jews. I mean, it's like communism is a Jewish construct. So I don't.
Yeah. So it's just, okay. Let me rephrase. It wasn't fucking Russian Soviet agents. It's just Jews being Jews. That's why it's lasted so long. Let's face it. Say like,
well, if you think, I've said this many times. Well, hold on a second. I've said this many times. If you go back to the Bible and you look at who was doing this, somebody's doing the spying. Well, it was the Jews. It was the Israelites. Joshua and the 12 spies. They went into Jericho. Like they had these. There was always spies, and it's right there in the Bible talking about spies. So when you invent espionage thousands of years ago, you tend to probably be very good at it. A couple thousand years later. And you got the Rosenbergs who were here in the United States that sold secrets to Israel, and you have Jonathan Pollard who sold state secrets. And God knows,
who are those kikes that sold nuke secrets to Russia in the first place?
The Rosenbergs. Those are the Rosenbergs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Their name was literally Rosenberg, like as Jewy as you can get. Rosenberg,
and they were innocent.
And that's the point I was kind of.
People will tell you they're innocent.
Yeah, they were executed for treason wrongly. It's like no. No. But that's the point I was trying to make. It's like it's got to be a biological function, because say like it was some of us who like got passed down this mantle of doing deep state espionage. I don't think any people like us would be able to even maintain the lie. We would just simply, by the time it would get to us, say we would have fully integrated in, and instead the mask would just have become the person, because we would have just been like, wait, what? We're supposed to betray the nation we were born in? That's kind of fucked up, dude.
Right.
No, No, I don't think I'm going to do that. I think instead I'm just going to go ahead and ride this job out and get myself a nice little pension. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's pretty scary what these people are capable of, and the fact that they can look directly in your face and lie to you, lie to Congress, lie to the Supreme Court, lie to
That's not very hard.
Well, I mean, on a regular basis. Don't indict yourself, buddy. Don't indict yourself. I heard you starting to say that. Don't do that. But
no, I'm saying it's look someone in the eye and tell them that it's not too hard. But you're talking about like just living a lie.
Yeah, to be able to live a lie like that, I mean, it takes some sort of jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? Some mental jiu-jitsu. Holy shit, Bitcoin is at $6,500.
God damn, I'm really regret. I remember when it was like at $13 per coin, and I had no idea how to even get into that shit 10 years ago, and boy, I'm kicking my fucking self for not getting into it. I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and drink some bleach with this rum I've been drinking too, and I'll see you guys in the next life then, because fucking
F.
Just Amran brother. Fuck.
I'm prematurely hitting F.
Yeah, no shit. I heard somebody pop that cork out of a fucking, was that whiskey?
Yeah, Redbreast 12 year. I'm trying to drink through my liquor supply right now. Downsize.
Yeah, Brad's got quite the collection going. It's what happens when you run a liquor store.
Oh man, I hate you. I'm so jealous.
My liver. Well, I haven't had a drink in a couple of weeks, so I'm doing I'm trying to get myself back healthy, get into shape, start working out again.
Yeah. I'm doing the same damn thing because I ain't worked out all fucking year. Like I've been able to maintain weight through intermittent fasting and working construction, but I've not.
Yeah, well, I see. Since I haven't been working since August, since Charlottesville, I haven't been able to work. I used to walk from the train station to my job, which is like uphill 12 blocks, and then doing construction, it keeps me in pretty good shape too. I've put on quite a few of the elbows around my waist since then, and I gotta get back in. It happens.
Good thing some of the supplements I'm going to be sending you are fat burners. It just happens to be what I have.
That's right. That's right. I got to send you. I got to dox myself to you so I can get those. But yeah, we'll do that off the air.
Fuck yeah.
You got Brad, you said you had a good.
I feel your pain, man.
For us?
Yeah, I have something recorded.
Nice. I feel your pain though. I'm gonna have to quit drinking and quit energy drinks too, because I'm gonna try to get healthy again.
Well,
it's a good idea. Energy drinks are just so bad for you. Those things basically calcify your fucking kidneys. The taurine and the guarana are just horrible for your fucking kidneys.
Oh shit! Well, that explains why I fucking have to, whenever I drink energy drinks, I find myself having to piss 4 times at night.
Mm-hmm.
Like, god damn, I'm not that old. Fuck.
If you are someone who goes to the gym a lot and you still want to be able to drink energy drinks, there is one that I will recommend. It's called Bang. You can get it at GNC, and it has a modest amount of creatine in it. It's 0 calorie. It has a decent.
I'll just go back to my old program of just drinking my pre-workout. Let's see.
Yeah. Oh my god. The shit I have now has way too much beta-alanine, and I literally get the shakes in my asshole, and it's a little too much in the middle of lifting.
Nice. That's how you know it's getting. That's the good shit, man. You gotta. What you gotta do.
Sometimes it's too much.
You don't want to get the shakes in your asshole. You don't need the asshole shakes. So.
Dude, that's how I know that I need to have another shot is when my butthole quivers. I feel the quivering. That's how I know I'm going to push up another 50 pounds.
That's right. Hey, in the chat there, Michael Bloomberg. Yeah, the SHIDF are a real thing. Not only the Sandy Hook Internet Defense Force. Anytime you know, like the JIDF, anytime you mention Sandy Hook, well, we had our Sandy Hook episode taken down by YouTube. It's the only episode we've ever had taken down. And just the fact that we mentioned on an episode, just the fact that we mentioned that it was taken down, somebody got into the chat on that episode, started talking about, I can't believe you people don't believe Sandy Hook was real. The SHIDF just jumped right on board right again. And yeah, the Paranormies are exonerated versus JO's bullshit conspiracy theory. The SHIDF is a real thing. Anytime somebody brings up Sandy Hook in any sort of a forum, yeah, exactly. If you make this a Sandy Hook live stream, they'll show up and blow up the stream. It's a good thing I'm going to bed pretty soon. But anytime you mention Sandy Hook, these same people come in and they want to jump in and they want to tell you, oh yeah, I know. I know somebody whose son was there, and I saw, I went to the funeral, and blah 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 blah. Nobody, I know people in real life who said
it's literally like the Holocaust. It's like, oh, my grandmother was gassed. It's like, oh no, my nephew was shot. Like,
I can actually see why this happens, because unlike the JIDF, you see the JIDF can't quite do their jobs right now because they're getting overwhelmed by people getting woke. But Sandy Hook, well, it's still small enough that the SHIDF can just come in and just stop it. I can see how that's working.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like I said, it's the only episode of ours that came down, and it's ridiculous because we've had other episodes where we and the thing about that episode is we didn't say anything that was really no, you didn't, FEMA, shut up. We that's the only, like, we didn't say anything, like, we've said edgier things, in different shows. When we read the H.P. Lovecraft, when God created blacks or whatever it was called, we've said edgier things that YouTube would have shut us down for more often. We've said, a lot worse things, but the Sandy Hook episode is the one that came down. So I believe 100% that the Sandy Hook Internet Defense Force is a real thing. All right, gentlemen. It is Halloween. It is getting late. I want to give it a couple more minutes so that we can break midnight, though. Actually, we're going to.
Yeah, well,
I'm not apologizing.
Eastern.
I'm not apologizing.
And
midnight Eastern.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I'm going to go ahead and call it a night because I got to go do
right on, man.
White people things. And hey, thanks for having me on. And even if it was kind of a wrong link, actually, I'm glad to have been on. I like this show.
Yeah, dude. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. It's a fun show. It's thanks for coming on, dude. Even if it was accidentally, it was good to have you here.
Thanks.
And yeah, dude. Brad is going to play us out with a creepypasta, and we're gonna end this stream. Yeah, just hang out for just a couple more minutes and listen to this, and then I'll say goodbye afterwards or whatever.
Okay.
This pasta is called Teddy.
My sister had a teddy bear, a scary teddy bear. I don't know why, but it creeped me out. It was just so disturbing. The thing had these eyes that looked so real. It was as if it was made from a real bear, and its face was just blank and unsettling. I first started to get weird feelings about this bear when my sister first got it. She was only a baby at the time, and I was about 4. We had a dog, you see, and he had a habit of eating things. So my mother always had to put it up on the small cabinet in the corner of the hallway upstairs. Every time I went up those stairs, I saw that creepy bear suddenly glare around the corner at me, as if it was watching me. This wasn't the weird part. It started to get really weird about 5 years later. At the age of 6 or 7, my sister had lost interest in the bear, so my mother just threw it in the old toy cupboard. The only problem was that the cupboard was in my room. When I was 9, old enough to stay on my own and go to bed without any assistance, I would get into my bed every night and turn my lamp off. This is when it got scary. As I was getting some sleep, I suddenly remembered my mom putting that teddy in the cupboard. I slowly turned to look over across my room to see it through the glass. My heart suddenly stopped as I thought about the horrors the plush had caused me. But at the age of 9, I wanted to grow up and lose my fears, so I just shook it off and put my head on the pillow. When I got up to pull my sheets on a bit further, I noticed something that would scar me for life. There sat at the end of my bedroom, the teddy. My heart started beating normally again. I sat there staring at it for a minute. I needed to yawn. I closed my eyes. I opened them to see the teddy sitting closer to my bed. At this point, I was really freaked out. I started to move back to the wall and looked around to see if there was any sign that anyone had come in. When I looked back to see the teddy on the end of my bed, I was so startled that I almost fainted from fear. When I blinked, it had gone. I looked around, and to my relief, I saw no sign of it. I sat my head back down on my pillow, hoping for some sleep. Then, I opened my eyes. It was above my head, staring straight down. I screamed as it lunged down at me. I will never see a bear the same way again. A few years later, after years of horror, I burned it. I sat in enjoyment as the bear was turned to smoking ashes in my fireplace. I had lived my teenage life through adolescence. The only thing I could remember that was in any way similar to my bad experience was when I watched Trainspotting. That fucking baby scene shocked me so badly, but other than that, all was well. When I turned 19, I was about to move into my new home. I had been given the keys to the house and was ready to set up my furniture. After hours of carrying, I carried the final box from the removal truck into the front door and shut the door behind me. I turned to go into the kitchen and put it on the table. I opened it to see a cabinet. I took it out, walked over to my new living room, and placed it in the corner. I stared at it and thought to myself, I don't remember packing this cabinet. I didn't really care that much as I had just moved into my new home. I walked back into the kitchen to grab my television and brought it into the living room when I saw it. The teddy. It just sat there, staring at me.
Damn. Thank you, Brad.
Fucking creepypasta Teddy.
Whoa.
Shit.
All right, guys. This has been. Well, we're gonna Brad finish that up, and we're gonna get out of here. Happy Halloween, Goyam.
I've reached the problem where I have too many creepypastas to read. I have like this giant list, and I don't have the time to read them. So, and there's
all right, dude. Send some to me. Send some to me. I'll do some too.
Well, no, the thing is, we don't have enough episodes to even fucking read them on. I have plans. Whenever the new season starts, I want to do some multi-part ones. If you're a big creepypasta fan, you're probably with the Pen Pal series. I'm going to tackle that soon.
Okay. Well, all right there, guys. We're going to get out of here. Thanks for joining us. And happy Halloween.
Halloween's over, but
that's right.
I'm not staying up tonight. I'm making it to the witching hour.
I'm going to bed. I got to get my kid up for school in a few hours. So
Real dad hours.
Fucking cuck.
Real dad hours.
2 hours and reproducing and shit. God.
I thought we were all anti-natalism.
All right.
I'll see
Good
you.
night, Goys. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Right. I hope I enjoyed it as much as I did.
That's right. I definitely did. Thanks for hanging out, Brad.
Yeah, see ya.
See ya.